Hi everyone, welcome back at CNT Talk Rugged. In this video, we're going to talk about GMSL2 camera. So today our guest is Ian, the Associate VP from oToBrite, and today we're going to talk about the GMSL technologies. So Ian, thank you for having your time being here. So can you please explain to us what is GMSL camera and why it's good and advantage for edge AI computing?
Okay, so thanks for having me. And GMSL camera style means to use the GMSL interface to transmit the data, the image, the control in one cable. So that means they can transmit very high speed up to 50 meters. So like
15 meters?
Yeah, 50 meters. And the benefit is that can the long distance and higher EMI, EMC tolerance, the performance, and also that can transmit the data in very low latency and without fair loss. So that is the key advantage of this technology.
Okay, so you're saying like it's high speed?
Yes.
And you can pull the cable really long?
Yes.
But how is it different compared to like USB or PoE cameras or IP cameras?
Okay, so actually GMSL camera is widely adopted in the automotive industry, especially for ADAS and autonomous driving application, because we are tier 1 supplier in automotive industry for over 10 years. So our car OEM customers, including the Toyota, the Daimler Truck, and XPeng Motor. So that means when it comes to the outdoor passenger car, commercial vehicle, or the armored vehicle, you need very reliable and high-speed transmission way. So that's why we will use GMSL interface. So compared to other technology, I would not say which technology is the best, but I would say the technology you need to use, depends on the application, and the use case, the environment. And yeah, most of the people will use the USB or the Ethernet camera in factory automation, but USB that could not transmit very long distance, right? And for the Ethernet camera, because they need to follow the protocol, so that will have a longer latency. But the latency is very crucial for the ADAS and the autonomous driving. So that's why GMSL is better than other technology, especially for the outdoor environment. Yes.
Like when you mentioned about latency, like how fast does this goes? Like what are the main specs that we need to know, like the FPS or like the transmission speed?
From camera side, that the FPS it would be 30 to 60 FPS, but that is also enough for the ADAS or autonomous driving application. And also the latency, because that will use the SerDes technology, so the latency will be very low, such as that we can below 100 millisecond. But if you use the Ethernet camera, that would higher than the number. Yeah.
So also one thing for our technologies, because we're industrial edge computer, so these computers are used in harsh environments. So we also want like the camera to be ruggedized as well.
Yes.
How is it in terms of ruggedization, like shock vibration maybe, or IP rating? Are they like better than USB or IP cameras?
I would say because we are already a tier 1 in automotive industry over 10 years, and so that's why we will not say our camera is only GMSL camera. We will say GMSL automotive camera. And that means the operating temperature will be from -40 to 85 Celsius degrees.
So it's wide operating temperature.
Very wide, yeah. And also the IP rating, we will say this IP67 or 69K.
Okay.
So not only 65 or 66.
So you have also like the not only water resistant, also waterproof.
Yes,
like up to 69K.
The water and the dust proof. And the waterproof is that we will in the test for the IP69K. The test case is that we will use very high temperature, high pressure, the power, the water to do the test. So that is totally different from the
and it can withstand all of that, like wide temperature, water ingress protections. And also like here I saw like a lot of types of cameras, like the lens is a little bit different. So what are like the different types that you have? So it's not only one type of GMSL camera, you have different lenses.
I think that was still based on different application, because you need to do for the ADAS, for example, that if you want to do the ACC, the LKA, you need very long distance detection. So that means you need a small degree, so you can see
So
far
higher
away.
focal
Yeah, yeah,
zoom in
yeah.
range.
Yes. So there are two ways that we will provide different resolution of the sensor. So 1 megapixel, 2 megapixel to 8 megapixel. And that depends on how range do you want to detect. And then the second is that also the FOV, we said that the field of degree. So we have 30 to 180 degree.
So you have like the wide field of view as well, and narrow for more zoomed in application. Depends how like the engineers or like the solution provider want to use the lenses itself.
Based on what type of the object do you want to detect, because you want to small object, you need high resolution and a small angle. Yes.
Also here, like you mentioned about like cars. Like, what are the other applications that the GMSL can work with? Like, is it only in the standard cars, or like there's other vehicles or transportations that can use this?
In recent years, like we found that more and more customer found us. They are not doing the passenger car or commercial vehicle. They are doing some special purpose armored vehicle or robot. But especially for the outdoor environment, because GMSL camera is more reliable in the outdoor environment. So our customer, including they are doing self-driving in highway logistics, sidewalk, food delivery, and also for farming, for mining.
Okay.
Yes.
So a lot of like AGV are also applicable for this. So like the engineers that are watching this, if they're doing it not only for the standard commercial vehicles or trucks, also like logistic trucks, but all the way to farming, autonomous mobile robots, and everything that needs navigations, needs can detect an objects and obstacle avoidance, they can leverage the camera itself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. So also like from CNT, it's something that we work with oToBrite really closely, so we can support and make sure that all the cameras are validated with our computers. And for example, here we have our JCF 6000 O-ring with Jetson AGX O-ring, so you get up to 275 tops. And with Jetpack 6.2, it really enables like the engineers to develop their own solutions for like autonomous driving, ADAS, or even AMR. And for example, this we supported up to 8 oToBrite's GMSL2 cameras. And it's something that it can provide more than like just a standard. It's like a 360 field of view of the vehicles, so they can have like more intelligence, and they can detect more in real time as well. So this is a GMSL2 camera. Like, what do you think is next? What is the next development in GMSL camera, or like high speed latency, low latency camera like this?
Because GMSL, they have a different version. So maybe GMSL 1, 2, or even the 3. And that is from the interface perspective. And from our side, that we will provide more sensor and more FOV choice for our customer, because we could not limit the imagination that what application they want to achieve. So we want to provide more choice for our customer. But especially, we are still focused on the outdoor vehicle. And I think the importance that we collaboration is that I think we all cared about how to make the customer go to market, right?
Right.
So I think that there are 3 key elements that when we're talking about how to help our customer to go to the market, especially in automotive industry, that we will say the first is the quality, second is the cost, 3 is the time to delivery. So I think these 3 elements is also what you care about for your customers. So I think that's the important why we highly confident that our collaboration will be
like a partnership, which is very exciting for us, because like you mentioned, like the quality, cost, and the time to market, the time delivery is something that we really appreciate. So for example, like when you come up with the new GMSL solutions camera, we can quickly work to prepare all the drivers, validate with our solutions, and provide that to our end customer like a turnkey AGVMR computing system. So yeah, I think thank you so much for your time here. And so that's it for today's video. If you want to learn more about GMSL cameras, AGVMR solutions, don't forget to check our website or GMSL camera on oToBrite website. And stay tuned for more at CNT Talk Rugged. See you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.